The town continues to grow, but it can be a challenge to get quality volunteers to fill the positions on the various boards and committees that provide advice to the town council. Do you have any ideas about how to continue to fill these positions with the same caliber of volunteers that we've had over the past 30, 40 years?
Absolutely, I think communication is going to be vital. We can always make sure it's in the newsletter, make sure it's on Facebook, make sure that it's being shared on our website. There are lots of different ways to do that. I know that we've got a lot of folks sitting in this room tonight that serve on boards or committees. And I know they've heard about it, maybe through a neighbor or an interest. We have John's over here tonight. We have a public arts advisory committee that we started not long ago, and it's a very enthusiastic group of folks. There's people here that want to serve. We've just got to make sure we share that information.
Tom?
Interestingly enough, I've had some conversations about this. We have a lot of boards and committees. Some of them are very specific. I don't know that it wouldn't be interesting to explore the idea of having a larger, just citizens advisory committee, because I find that people are going to get their time. They want to feel like they've got something to do. Secondly, I think it's important, the council's done a good job, I think even over the years, of taking those seeking those recommendations and then taking them seriously. People don't want to spend a lot of time and effort to have something go forward that's just perfunctory, that the council's going to toss aside and move on whatever direction they intend to move on. We built this town on citizen participation, so I think looking into maybe a committee that deals with more subject matter, and we can get advice better that way.
Very good. James?
Communicating with the people. Make sure that when we have something, make sure that the people are aware of what we're having. Make sure that some people work late. Some people might not have time to come out here to do the volunteer like they're supposed to, like they want to. Make sure that the time, we can get the time around some of the people that work late and everything. Maybe instead of having a 6 o'clock, a meeting at 6 o'clock, maybe at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, something like that. But or short some of the time and everything. And communicating with the people.
I don't want to sound too repetitive, but definitely communication. But I also think that it would be important for us to reach out to some of the HOAs. Maybe there was board members that have served there that maybe they have a conflict at the time. They can serve in other ways in the community. And I think too, reaching out to our youth. I think it's kind of important maybe to reach out to maybe middle school and high school and even elementary children to kind of inform them what the town council does and what the mayor does and what our boards and committees do, because they're going to be the future for us. And I think it would be very important to have them involved, or at least see what is transparent and takes place in our town.
Suzanne?
Recruit for volunteers. Let's do it right now. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have some time? Do you have a few hours a month that you could contribute to a board? Environmentalist sustainability, Kay Smitherman, the art beautification, the art committee, beautification committee. Put the phone down and come on out and talk to real people and see what happens.
John?
Communication, but also visibility. One of the challenges that we encountered on all the committees and boards that I served on in Thomasville was that people didn't know what we did. And honestly, if you can get your committees and boards to collaborate, take on bigger, more complex projects that builds excitement, people will find time to get involved. It's just, if you don't have the visibility, if people don't know what you do, then they're not going to take an interest in it. And so communication, visibility, and collaboration.
Thanks. Max?
I would just get out there and volunteer. I would work for free at Crisis Control Ministries because it's so rewarding. My life depends on all my pharmaceuticals. My wife's a pharmacist. She said I would be dead without her. But I work down at the pharmacy, and to hand somebody some pharmaceuticals that they can't afford a $4 copay gives me the greatest joy. And I would encourage anybody to get out and volunteer. And our biggest problem is too few people are volunteering, and the people with the big hearts, they're, my case, is a good situation where I feel like sometimes I load myself up with more than I can handle.
Very good. Billy?
Yes, so one of the great things about the idea for the 40/40 committee for Lewisville is that I'm looking to establish a pipeline of folks who are going to be involved in the committees to serve on. So once again, I'm looking for 40 individuals under 40 years old. It's nonpartisan, left, right, and center. But that I think will be a great way to build relationships with people, as opposed to asking, can you join a committee? Let's build a relationship with that person and give them a strengthened sense of their own community. And then it's more so not much of an ask to get you to get involved in the committee. So the Lewisville 40/40 committee will be working on that in particular to get folks to join our town committees.
Very good. Kevin?
Thank you. Every meet and greet I've done, HOA meetings that I've spoken at, we've talked about committees. Sometimes it's as simple as just asking somebody if they want to be on a committee, and they get ownership of it, they get involved with it. Lots of great opportunity here in Lewisville, and so I think the council just needs to put the word out and ask.
Ready?
In regard to recruiting for our boards and committees, these volunteers, two main ideas come to mind: communication and being a neighbor. Our town has to communicate these vacancies well to our residents so that they can be aware of the vacancies and where there is a free space for them to serve. And being a neighbor, maybe you're not interested, but someone you know is. If you're on one of these boards and committees, you can ask the people in your neighborhoods, your network, and ask them, hey, would you be interested in serving on this board or this committee with me that I already serve on?
Through many, many years of my involvement with the town, we have tried a little bit of everything. And, I wish I had the magic ball to sit here and rub to come up with the answer of what does take to get folks involved. I don't, and I just wish folks would get involved.
I think it's really just a question of outreach to identify, HOA organizations, churches, PTA, people that are meeting on a regular basis, to go into communities, ask to be invited to their meetings, and just talk and offer and tell them about all the wonderful committees and opportunities that they have.
Yeah, ask, champion their efforts, and champion their results. I think that people want to know that their work is appreciated and that the results will impact the community, and that they can see the fruits of those efforts.
I think if you're going to attract a new generation of volunteers, you got to speak that volunteers language. So I think we can do a lot through talking to each other and going door to door and posting things on our website. But I manage a $7 million ad budget for 150 millennials. Most of the folks that I talk to every day, I know how to communicate with them. And I'm going to tell you, I think if we put a good, really inexpensive, a couple $100, I can talk to everybody in Lewisville on all social media platforms. We could probably talk to them through those social media platforms about the opportunities, and get them more engaged on the language they speak, which is their Facebooks, their Instagrams, their Reddits, all these different places you can access that new generation of volunteers. I think we need to start getting into that pipeline and getting them involved also.
Thank you. Thank you, candidates. We're going to have 1 minute for closing statements, following which we'll try to get you to move out into the hallway, if you don't mind, after we say our thank yous and everything following this. We're going to do closing statements, and then you will have an opportunity to speak with the candidates. We're going to try to do it out there as we start trying to kind of tidy things up here inside. Our closing statements will begin with Tom. 1 minute. Not started yet. Now.
Well, I think everybody up here has talked about their love of Lewisville, their commitment to seeing us move forward. For me, I'm not just paying lip service to it. I've been an adult for 46 years. I've spent over 30 of those working with the people in this town. It's been my honor. Not just at the elected level, but on boards, on committees, in the civic club, places like this. We're at the cusp of a change. Mayor Horn, Ken Sadler, Jane Welsh is here, Bob Stebbins is here. These are people that were the foundation of this town, and they're going to be gone. When I started working with them, I was a very young man, and as I said, it was such a privilege. These people helped mold me. Our town can continue to grow, but we need to maintain our character. And that's what I think we need to strive every day, because the character is ultimately what makes us who we are. Thank you for your time tonight.
James?
Okay, like I say, I'm a new guy up here, but it's like my sign say, if you vote for me, better, stronger, safer community. I believe your vote is your voice. And if you vote for me, I'll make sure your voice will be heard. If I have to do it by myself, your voice will be heard.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for your time this evening and listening to me and all the candidates up here. I really do appreciate it. I want to say I appreciate all the support that I've had over this previous term. And I just would say I'd be honored if I can serve the town of Lewisville and the residents, because, as I said before, it's about service and not status. So I'm here because I want to serve all of you in the town. Thank you.
Suzanne?
I want to thank Dr. Ken Sadler, who has endorsed my candidacy. I have shared some of the work I have done for good causes. If you are underwhelmed with my permanent record, rest assured I left a lot out. I have a reputation as a straight shooter. This council seat is not a stepping stone to higher political office. It will not further my business interest. I have a long record of working with people from all walks of life under difficult circumstances. I once made a set of dentures for a convicted murderer, and we got along quite well. If elected, I pledge to work with other council members to get the job done. Votes for me will never move forward, so I can read the comprehensive plan again.
As a 32-year-old father and husband, whenever I go outside, I'm looking at the town, and I'm looking 60 years ahead and what I want for the town whenever my children are my age. And so I understand everyone's vision for Lewisville. I understand what you want. I also understand what we need for our community, for our families. And so I am committed to working with you, to working with the developers, working with everyone to bring about a future and vision that is conducive to what we as citizens want.
Here's what I know about local politics. That is where you can make the biggest difference. And that's what I'm all about. I'm 64 years old. I'm retired, but I'm not done. I want to be relevant. I want to make sure that people of Lewisville have bona fide improvements in their lives. And I think it's important that we do that with controlled growth.
Billy? Oh, yes. So there's a saying that you can forget what someone says, you can forget what they do, but you don't forget how they made you feel. Hope tonight, guys, I've made you feel safe and secure when it comes to thinking about the future for this town. My goal as mayor will be to gain your trust and to keep your trust by making decisions that are within the best interest of the Lewisville residents. Not Jeff Zinger or any politicians who are in Raleigh, but the folks who are in this room right now. Once again, I want to plug the 4040 committee. I really want to meet everyone that I can. The great thing about this small election is that I can have as many one-on-one conversations as possible, whether it's through Zoom, whether it's at your kitchen table, whether at the coffee mill. I can meet you at Great Wagon Coffee. I don't choose sides. I like them both. But wherever you want to meet, I want to meet you there and have a serious conversation with you. BillyCarterJr.com. Thank you.
Kevin?
Thank you. last time I met with Mayor Horn, he said something to me that stuck with me. He said, "This is not a mayor-driven town council. This is a town council-driven organization." The mayor sometimes is the face of town council, but it reminded me of, sometimes I want to get outside, out in front of the issue. I want to do the work. I want to drive the issue. I'm committed to that part. That's the easy part for me. But there's a great saying that I live by. If service is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. I will serve this community. I will do my best for you.
Thank you guys so much for coming out and listening to us talk for 2 hours on a Thursday night. I really do appreciate it, and I want to say I'm so excited to hopefully be elected and get to serve the town of Lewisville. I want to serve the town, serve its residents, and hopefully see the town thrive, because I know it has a bright future ahead of it. And also, let's continue this conversation. I start every morning of my week having coffee at the coffee mill. I'm very approachable. Please, come talk to me.
Once again, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I've enjoyed answering the questions and trying to tell you how I think about things. I've also enjoyed hearing and learning about the other candidates and getting them to know better. I sincerely hope that you will vote for me on November the 4th. Every vote is important. I know that personally. I won my first election to council in 1995 by 1 vote. If you have any questions or comments for me after the meeting is over, please get my attention. Lastly, just always know that I appreciate you and all the citizens of Lewisville, and I want to make sure that we as a town provide the services that we can't do as individuals. Thank you much.
First of all, I really have enjoyed this. This is like a great team already. I mean, I really enjoyed hearing from everybody. And let me just tell you, one of the reasons why I ran for local office is because there are so many things in life that we cannot control. There's a lot of divisiveness right now in our country and in our world. But what's important to us is what we do every day. Our families, our neighbors, our community. So I do believe that we have more in common than we have things that separate us. And that's what motivated me to run. I would like to keep Lewisville a small town feel. I just had this conversation with my daughter. She loves it here. She likes seeing the stars. She likes hearing the crickets. And I think that's what we all love. If you vote for me, I promise to serve you with honesty, integrity, and an open mind. I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Chris?
We all have things about this town that we really appreciate, that we really love. And sometimes it's in some of just the smallest things that we can appreciate this town in. And one of the ways that I appreciate this town is the story I've been telling. I go to work, I go to downtown, I go to Winston-Salem. It's the hustle bustle, the traffic, getting in and out of town almost every work day. I feel a sense of calm almost the moment I hit the first roundabout coming off of 421. And that is something, if I could bottle it up and just make that a reality, is something that I would like to see, is to make it to where when people are here, there's a sense of community, that they appreciate where they are, and that's what I want to see to grow within this council that forms over the next month. So I really appreciate your vote. I appreciate your consideration. Thanks so much.
AC?
Well, first, I want to thank everybody who's watching and everybody in the room who's helped make Lewisville the town that it is. You all have done a remarkable job. I don't know if anybody's ever thanked you all as a group, but to create this town meant that you gave your heart and soul and culture to it, and then you've created something that it's where I want to raise my family, and I have been raising my family. Both of them have gone through all the way through the elementary school here and the middle school here. Both of them in the middle school right now. And I'd be very grateful if you choose me to continue to carry that torch, to continue to be the carrier of your culture and your dream for what this place can be and will be. I'll be extremely grateful for your vote. Thank you.
Stacy?
Thank you. I would like to thank the Lewisville Civic Club for hosting this forum, and to everyone that came out tonight to spend your Thursday evening with us. Thank you. And thank you to the town of Lewisville for sharing this beautiful space with us. I just want to let everybody know that a vote for me will ensure that your voice is heard and the best interests of the town are represented. I am truly dedicated to this town. Sandra Monk, are you still here? I remember Sandra helping me one night clean up after the fireworks. We were out picking up cans and trash till, 1:30 in the morning? So my heart is in it for the right reasons. And I promise I'll be here, I'm available. I'm retired now, guys, so come find me. Brady, I'll see you at the coffee mill. Thank you.
Well, thank you, candidates. Thank you to the Lewisville Civic Club for its sponsorship of this event tonight. Thank you to Brian Moore and the staff of the town. Did you kind of get a chance to start? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, just we were marveling how you finished this spot on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mo.
The thing about this town, the thing about the candidates who have done these forums for a long time now, is that we as voters cannot go wrong. We're going to have a wonderful slate of candidates, slate of council and mayor, so we're just looking forward to that. Take a moment, either say hello to some of the ones you haven't met, ask questions, and good night. Thank you all.
I ate dinner for hurricanes. Changed my door.
All right,